Hello. What is up? Anybody that's here? I'm trying to get my laptop going. Some reason it doesn't want to work. That way I can read chat while I do this. Oh, good Lord. Well, we're trying anyway. What crap, it's hot in here. Hello to anybody that's in here. I'm trying to get this going. My laptop just does not want to work. So I think I'm going to switch camera, turn everything around if I can. Haven't used StreamYard in so long, I don't even know what the hell to do. Natural Stay, what's up, Matt? Dave Garcher, Lone Star, there's Chad. What's up, buddy? Let me try to figure this freaking crap out. You on YouTube? Hmm. There we go. You got a conference call to join? All right, Matt, thanks for popping in. Lex, what's up, buddy? Okay, now this thing is freaking lagging. Oh my God. Real virtual outdoors. What's up, Troy? I'm trying to get this thing going. My laptop is being a little bitch. Hey, there we go. Let's try that. YouTube auditor. What's up, Bill? Where's the taters? There's no taters today. No taters in this breakfast. Just eggs, sausage, peppers, onion. Oh, my laptop is being a bitch. There we go. And even StreamYard trying to read this stupid crap. I don't know what I have not been on StreamYard in so long. It's really a load of shit here, honestly. Anyways, looks like my laptop is up, so do. What in the There we go. Screw it. Got the laptop going. All right, so Johnny Small Pepper, what's up, buddy? So, we'll start out cracking some eggs. Think I'm gonna make extra for tomorrow. That way I got breakfast to take to work. So, usually not doing this in tight quarters. And I've been saving my shells to put in garden soil. So, I'm gonna make plenty. That way I got some left over for tomorrow. I can take to work. HBJ Fishing, what's going on? Hey, Leanne, how are you? 5 and 6. I'll always wash my hands after I rinse the eggs, raw eggs. I'm doing good. Making a little breakfast. So I got the eggs. I'm gonna throw a little milk in there to kind of fluff them up. Yep, I shoveled a little bit of snow earlier, and that was all I needed to do. All I cared to do. I shoveled a walk path out to the truck under the carport, and that's it. Got eggs whipped up. My luck. The spoon, the fork's gonna drop. All right, go ahead and cut up my peppers. So I got a jalapeno, serrano, and some bell pepper and onion. And I'm making a mess on the counter with the eggs. So I hope everybody's doing good. I'm glad to see you all in here. Let's see. 8 watching. 8 watching. That's awesome. I appreciate y'all being here. It's probably a pretty big slice right there on the onion. Maybe enough for what I want. We'll see. Of course, you always got the unruly part that wants to come off. I think that'll probably be plenty. Has the Bosa? No, I have not gotten back on it since I got it out and washed it. I haven't changed the oil. I haven't put the battery in it. I haven't put the new chain on it. That's all I really need to do to it. I'm going to go ahead and change the antifreeze too. since I've never done that and it's been sitting for a long time. Serrano. Yeah, probably be enough. I don't worry about getting rid of the seeds or anything. I like the spice. I want the heat. So Okay, I don't know what happened. I had perfect signal on my phone. I don't know why that happened. All of a sudden, it just went to try again. I do not know what happened. I'll go ahead and pack this stuff back up. Onion. Onion packed up. He's back. Hey, Alicia. Thanks for coming in. So I got all my peppers, onions. Got to work on the mushrooms here in a minute. I'd like to suck the air out of the Ziplocs. I don't need this in the way now. You guys probably aren't seeing very much here. So I got that. Get some mushrooms. So with whole mushrooms, it's always recommended to at least wipe them off. I guess I'll go with a big one. Since I got 6 eggs, I'll go with 5. That's probably enough. So I'll get a paper towel wet. Let's get a wet paper towel, wipe them off. I've never had any adverse reactions from this. But I love my mushrooms. Mushrooms go with everything. A lot of times. I got that one. Thanks for being here last night for the donations. Gave your dad's info to Charlie. Awesome, Alicia. I appreciate it. That's awesome that my dad, on his very first live, won something. And you're going to see Maggie here in a second because she always likes to get in the way. Baby girl, what are you doing? So I got Maggie. She wants to be part of the fun. Yeah, look at you. Now you're going to have to get out of the way though. Okay. Out. You go up in the windowsill. How about that? All right. Yeah, that's a big ass mushroom. Nah. Some of these I'll just cut down in smaller chunks. Maggie, get off the laptop. Dingle butt. Get. Oh, sorry about that. And of course, she closed the chat, so I can't read the chat. There we go. Yeah, so of course, no. All right. And there's probably going to be a lot of mushrooms for it, but you know what? I like mushrooms. So how's everybody been? Everybody handling the snow and ice? And if you're not having the snow and ice, you're lucky, but at the same time, I kind of enjoy the snow and ice. I think that one really big mushroom probably took up a lot of space there. And of course, I'm eating some as I go. Break the stems off. So I would have bought the pre-sliced mushrooms, but when I went shopping the other night, I think they had like one pack and they were super soggy looking. So I said, screw it. Went ahead and bought these. I think that might be 20, maybe. Not even. Maybe a little bit more. Maggie wanted, yeah, Maggie always wants the attention to herself. 7 inches of snow. Yeah, I think we ended up with somewhere around there, 7, 8. Yeah, so sun. So here's my backyard. Ooh. You can tell I have a pond now. And let's see. There we go. See how the snow's melted off the pond? You can actually tell that there's a pond again. So, yep, lots of beautiful snow. Oop. All right, so yep, my tripod's up as high as it'll go. So I got all that mixed up, all the veggies cut. That'll be all right. Maybe throw just a touch. A touch of minced garlic in there. I think our temperature is up to 20 degrees right now. Yeah, my phone says 22 degrees. So we got that going. Looked like a little of the ice was melting. The branches may have been wishful thinking. I don't know, Alicia. All right. So, right now, go ahead. I got the Pam olive oil spray. This is a non-stick skillet that, of course, sometimes sticks. And I had the most worthless ever roommate who cared nothing at all about anything of mine. So he used knives to cut his food in the skillet. He used metal utensils after I already told him not to. So, yeah. Anyway, it still works. I got my sausage. So I'm going to turn my skillet up to a little over 7. I used to always cook around like 5, 5.5. And I learned that if I turn the temperature up a little bit, things would be better. And cook quicker, a little bit better. So it's 23 there. All right. So, let's see. I like me a good amount of sausage in there, so I don't know. Probably go ahead and cut about how much? Probably just cut a good chunk there. That'll be good. So while that's heating up, I'll give it a few minutes. So aside from the weather, I hope everybody's doing good. We got Maggie running around here zooming. I got the skillet heating up right now. I'll toss the veggies in, let them start to kind of fry up a little bit, get cooked down. Am I still alive? You? Okay. Yep. Looks like still am. So we got 7 awesome people in here. I appreciate you being here. The glass top stove. Sometimes, yeah, I end up moving the damn skillet or pot, whatever, off the burner, and it's very off centered. So this may be your favorite cooking show. Well, I appreciate it, Garnetta. Love you, Mama. I'm so sorry you're having to go through what you're going through, but I'll be here every step of the way with my fingers crossed and you in my prayers. So once the veggies cook down a little bit, I'm going to throw the sausage in. And then after that all cooks down, since now I've been using JC Potter sausage, it's not very greasy, so I've been adding bacon grease to it. I got my bacon grease out. I need to actually make some more bacon and render some more grease because I'm about to run out. But we'll see how the Jimmy Dean's a little more greasy, so we'll see. But maybe I'll have enough. Maybe I'll just go ahead and throw some bacon grease in there just in case. Anyway. Just give that. I think it's close. Throw a piece of pepper in and see if I hear it sizzling. Maggie, what are you doing? She's down at the base of the tripod sniffing around. One of your kitties crossed the Rainbow Bridge on Thursday, so oh, I'm so sorry. The cat I had before I had Maggie, which I had Sasha years ago, she died in 2018. I actually, she was an abandoned cat. I was working a job out on the pipeline in northeast Oklahoma, and she come around puny as all hell. And me and 2 other guys I was working with just started taking care of her, feeding her and everything. And she came around every day, every night. Um, I hadn't had her gotten her shots or anything else, so I made sure she stayed outside. But I mean, she went from a puny little thing who had recently had a litter to just being the most beautiful, amazing Siamese cat in the world. Anywhere I went, she walked around on my shoulders every day. She waited for me to back up into my parking spot. Whenever I backed up and stopped, she'd jump on the trunk, get up on the roof, and stand over my door and wait for me. And 2018, when me and my son's mom, when Dom's mom were moving into our new house, I was showing up at the house with a trailer to move furniture and other big stuff. And Sarah had called freaking out just before I turned onto our street. She had just gotten home and she saw that Sasha was laying dead in the driveway. And if you ever seen one of those movies where the parents of a child who died, you see those movies where they just break down and just bawl and cry to the heavens. That was me when Sasha died. She was my world. She was my baby. I mean, not my whole world, because at that time I had Dominic. I'm gonna grab a Ziploc, put this sausage in. But ended up, when I moved into this house, my dad's girlfriend, she had a kind of feral cat outside who had a litter, and she was able to get a hold of Maggie, and she gave her to me. I haven't been able to spend the extra money to get her fixed, get her shots and everything, so she stays indoors. But I will be getting that done. That way she can go outside. She was an outdoor cat, so I know she misses being outside. She wants to hunt. So eventually I'm going to get her taken care of. That way she can go outside and definitely, shots fixed and flea and tick medication. Any of that in the house, and I don't want her to have a litter. Outdoors, Big Matt. What's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in, brother. I'm got a late breakfast. So if you ever hear me saying I'm cooking breakfast, this is what I cook. Mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, some hot peppers, usually just jalapenos, but I had some serrano too, so mix that in. No habaneros or anything. Threw a little garlic in there to kind of change that up too. So once it cooks down, I'm going to put the sausage in. Sometimes I'll do separate, but most of the time I just do kind of like your whole just skillet breakfast. Cook it up all at once. Make a big egg scramble. Yeah, Lex, I saw you comment. You got 4 cats. That's awesome. I thought about getting more, but this one's a pain in the ass as it is. She figured out how to get in the cabinet, so I'll wake up every morning with cabinets open. Get you guys a little closer to the food. I had a missed call. Who called me? Missed call. I didn't recognize that number. I know it's a Oklahoma number. I'll call him after I'm done. And I know that looks like that's a lot of veggies, which it is, but gotta eat a little bit healthy. A lot of veggies is good, right? It won't look like so much once I get everything in there, though. Oh, right now it's smelling amazing. I do love the smell when it's all cooking like this. So yeah, this is my first live in 2 years. It's crazy. I really been wanting to get back to doing my live stream, and we're back up to 10 people. I'm working on. I got my new welder. Anybody that doesn't know, my dad got my argon bottle for me for Christmas, so that showed up, and so I have that. I just got to work on kind of cleaning the shop up a little bit so I can get everything set up out there. It'll run dual voltage, 110, 220, 240. I don't have 220, 240 out in the shop yet, so I'll have to start learning to use it. I've never TIG welded, but I'm gonna have to start learning to use it. on the 110, which would be fine. So I'll learn to use that. And once I get started, I'll start doing some live streams as I figure things out and get going. Let everybody see how I'm progressing and learning. And with the type of sculptures and artwork I make with metal, TIG welder is definitely going to be beneficial. It will definitely save on a lot of cleanup, hours of cleanup time. And it'll make for much nicer looking welds. And the eggs are, the veggies are kind of cooked down. We'll get that sausage in there. Yeah, due to the way that I'm doing the live stream, I went ahead and set my laptop up. That way I can read chat. So, like I said, yeah, this is Jimmy Dean spicy or hot sausage. I like to add some spice. Of course, you can tell it's Serrano and jalapeno here. And recently I found out that poblano peppers, so if you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get like what do they call it, chili relleno, that is a stuffed poblano pepper. Well, I had bought some last time I went to the Hispanic Mexican grocery store, and I was going to make some for me and my dad, and time didn't work out. They were, a lot of things didn't work out. They were starting to go bad, and I had one that's still good. So I decided, well, I've never actually tried one. So I cut a chunk off, and to my surprise, it actually just tasted like straight up bell pepper. So I started using that in my breakfast until it was gone. Will I be selling my artwork? Yes, I will be selling my artwork once I really get going on it. I have a couple ideas for some things for functional art. And one of the ideas I have, now people love to do outdoor entertaining. I'm not going to say what it is, but it has to do with outdoor entertaining, and it's going to be functional art. And if they come out the way that I'm planning, definitely going to be a good seller. And I just got to get after it. When I picked up my welder, my dad also picked up a plasma cutter. So I will be borrowing that for the use of that from time to time. That way I can get some good, quick, clean cuts. And that will also save on cleanup time and effort. I don't have to use torch or grinder. Where with a grinder, yeah, I can mark a straight line, but it doesn't mean I'm always going to cut a straight line perfectly. So with the plasma, I can set up a straight edge and I can drag it straight along that straight edge and have a perfectly clean straight line. Very little slag on the backside. Get it with the grinder, buff it off, and I'll be good. So that'll be another time saver. So the sausage is getting pretty well brown, so I'll go ahead and mix the veggies in. That way they can all get back on. There's still a little pink in the sausage, but let it all cook down. Keep it cooking. And I did not salt and pepper the eggs or anything. I like to do that afterwards. I like to taste it immediately. I don't need to taste it in the food. At least when it comes to my eggs and sausage and stuff. I'll put my salt and pepper on afterwards. And that's a silicone spatula, which I really love because you can leave it lit, you can leave it laying on the skillet. It's not going to burn or melt. I do need to get some more silicone cookware. Ashley Brady, how you doing, darling? Thanks for coming in. Happy New Year. Yeah, Lex has the munchies now. You got to lay off that weed, buddy. Oh, that sucks, Ashley. I don't guess I've seen that video or live or whatever you did on a ghost town, abandoned area. We have our areas here in Oklahoma. We used to have um, it was an abandoned orphanage. We always went to, everybody always went to back when we were growing up back in high school. I mean, crazy shit happened in there. My brother and his friends, they took a Ouija board and said all kinds of crazy shit happened. Um, but we had that. We had a place called Purple Church, but I think it's still there. But as far as I know, the orphanage was actually purchased and turned into a home a number of years back. But it'd be kind of crazy for somebody to buy a haunted facility like that, turn it into a home, but wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened. So now that there's not much grease in there, so I am going to go ahead and throw some bacon grease in there. Said, yeah, I really need, oh, I'm almost out. Really need to cook up some more bacon, a couple more packs, render some more grease. So after this, I will be out. That's what I do. I collect my bacon grease, throw it in the fridge, let it sit there. Now, if you leave bacon grease for too long, it will go rancid. So you got to be sure you use it, refresh it. So that'll add some good flavor and a little bit of juiciness to everything. And I keep a sponge when I'm cooking like this. Keep a sponge up on the sink with dish soap in it. That way when I'm handling things, make my hands messy. When I'm handling raw meat or eggs, I can just grab the sponge. I don't have to grab the bottle with dish soap. I can grab the sponge, scrub my hands off real quick, rinse them off, and get back in it. You gave that up years ago, Lex? All right. Is there enough for all of you? I mean, possibly. Depends on how much I eat. Which I got 6 eggs, good amount of sausage, all the veggies. Like I say, I'll probably eat a good amount and have some for morning for work. I can have in a container and a lot. So I'm gonna say it's pretty much all ready for the eggs. Mushrooms are definitely soft. Peppers and onions. I don't really like crispy, but I don't when I'm cooking my breakfast like this. I don't want them super soft. But they're still a little bit crisp on the pepper. So I'm gonna say it's time to throw the eggs in. And you saw I threw some milk in there. Milk kind of helps your eggs fluff up and go a little bit further. That's what I learned from my mama, who we no longer have with us. But I do remember a lot of things she taught me in the kitchen. And I was having trouble cooking eggs one time, and my roommate, he had been through etiquette school. His dad was a big time military guy, and his dad put him through etiquette school, and he learned to cook and everything. So he actually kind of helped me learn to better cook my eggs. You know, get your heat up, keep them, kind of just keep rotating them, working them. I need to start learning to cook in cast or well, cast iron too, but stainless steel. I have stainless steel stuff, skillets and everything, but I never cooked on them. I'm always stuck cooking on this, non-stick stuff. But as long as you keep your heat up, just keep rotating them. And I don't like my eggs wet. A lot of people like wet scrambled eggs. I don't like them wet. A little bit of moisture is one thing, but when they're wet, soggy, no. And sorry, I'm not able to read the chat right now because my laptop is to my right and I'm cooking to my left, being a lefty. Randall Rhino, what's up, brother? Hey, good to see you in here. How are you? Hope everything's well. Hey, man, I tried getting hold of you. I still have the same phone number. I think you said you changed phone numbers, but send me a text sometime. I miss talking to you and hearing from you, brother. I know things a little over a year ago weren't the greatest. Things hurt some people, scared some people, scared myself, had some issues, but I got past a lot of that. And I pretty much blew everybody off, stayed away from YouTube, stayed away from everything. But I'm back. I'm doing much better. But I miss a number of people that I used to talk to and don't now. And yeah, it really sucked. I went through a really bad time. And in the process of me grieving and going through a horrible time I was going through, ended up hurting other people at the same time. And not anything I can do about that now, but yes, I regret. I can't change what I did. A lot of, I say a lot of people. There weren't a lot of people. There was a handful of people who reached out of the hundreds of people I know on YouTube. There was maybe 5 people through that whole time that reached out. I said, yeah, I ignored, blew it all off. Uh, I do apologize for that to everybody, anybody that reached out. And the eggs are still wet. Yes, Ashley, you're right. Thank you. I appreciate your understanding too. Yeah, Lex, I appreciate that. Yeah. No, it wasn't YouTube that caused my problem. It was life in general. And this is a story I've not shared with most anybody, but back in March of 24, I moved into this house with a girlfriend that I had. We've known each other since we were 5 years old back in 1985. I was living with my dad. She had problems. She ended up moving in. Her and her son moved into her grandma's place across the street, which is where I met her at 5 years old. She was my first and first love. We ended up crying, getting together. We moved into this house, and then 4 months later, she called it quits, moved out, and my whole world was turned upside down because I was I was going to marry her. I thought, well, shit happened. All right, I'm gonna say the eggs are done. Yep. Anyways, stopped in the bar one night. My dad was out of town. I was taking care of Kate, his dog. On the way home, decided to stop at the bar, and who did I see? None other than her with some new guy already. And that turned into a very bad ordeal. I came home. That turned into a much worse ordeal. But things happened. But luckily, I'm still here. So that's about how that went. But that is why I disappeared for basically a year. I already have emotional depression issues, and when that happened, that just basically hit the limit. And I didn't handle it right. I didn't know how to handle it at all, actually. So, that the story that has not been told on YouTube yet because I haven't been live since then. So there we go. Our fresh cooked breakfast skillet. I have no potatoes. Well, I have potatoes there on the counter, but that's definitely to make hash browns or anything out of fresh potatoes. We could have done fried potatoes, I guess. Yeah, that's true actually. It was definitely it at that time. Was not I was not in a good place. I lost 25 pounds in a month and a half, which was great. I was 215, and I got all the way down to 190 pounds. I hadn't seen under 200 in years. I didn't quite have my six pack back, but I was damn sure thinner. It felt great to a point. It's crazy. I had a boss At the time, we rotated supervisors, but I had a boss that far younger than me, but good head on his shoulders. And I'm gonna say he was just honestly an awesome. He still is an awesome supervisor at his age. And he was there. He noticed things were not right, and he got me in contact with people at work to help me get through it. What do you- So I don't have a standard coffee pot. I got me a Keurig over here. Dude. So I got all mine good fixings. I like, I have sugar and a creamer. I got some little hot chocolate bombs I got for Dom. But I got pods, and then I got the filters for actually using just straight coffee. But well, I like to drink my coffee most of the time is I can put the hot chocolate mix in there. Basically, I don't know what they call that, cappuccino or whatever. I'm a big time coffee drinker. I don't drink straight black coffee. So let's get in some hot chocolate mix. And throw a pot in. Now, like I said, I don't know. I'm not an avid coffee drinker. Coffee all tastes the same to me once I'm done with it. Because I mean, you can put any kind of coffee in there. I go 10 ounces. I can put any kind of coffee in there, and once I go, it doesn't matter what kind of coffee it is, or if it's breakfast blend or what is this? I got classic roast, anything. I never noticed the difference. It's coffee with sugar, creamer, hot chocolate, whatever. Hashtag, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Dominic Hollis, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. We got 13 wonderful people out here now watching me. Yeah. Don, where's your plate? Yeah, come get one. Thanks, guys. How are you? Got another lovely lady. I'm scrolling through the chat on the laptop while that's cooking. Brewing. This camera's a little low. Yeah. So it looks like I'm not the only one that likes hot chocolate in their coffee. Cinnamon tea, I'm sure that sounds pretty good. So that's 10 ounces. I could probably put a little bit more in there, but I think we're good. So we'll just go back over here. Over her. I'm out of small spoons. They need to be washed. So I'll just use me a plastic knife. I don't have a can of biscuits. Otherwise, I would have made biscuits. That sounds great. I got some microwave pancakes that I buy for Dom. I could eat them up, but this is a good breakfast. So we got our coffee and we got our breakfast. Only a few items made dirty, and I could just wash them by hand. So yeah, that's probably about what I'll eat right there. So yeah, there's leftovers for somebody. Come get them before I take them to work tomorrow. Yeah, I got a big old full plate here. Salt and pepper. Pepper. Salt. And something I really love to use, I'll put this on my eggs. I'll put it in my ramen noodles, whatever. But it's this El Yucateco hot sauce. It's habanero hot sauce. Used to be able to get it for like $1.68 at Walmart. Now it's like $2.28, which is still pretty cheap because I put about 6 or 8 drops on this, and that makes it plenty well good for me. That might have been 10 drops, something like that, but that spices it up real good. That's not Johnny Small Pepper spicy or 205 Wild Action Dan spicy, but to me, that's just a good all amount of spice. And I'm not gonna make you guys. I'm not one of those people. I hate watching people eat. It kind of disgusts me because I mean, you got so many people. They want to talk with a mouthful of food. Like the whole, what do they call it? Not Bangkok. The whole shit. What do they call that? Um, Not bukkake. That's pretty gross. Yeah. Somebody say it for me. Oh yeah, mukbang. That to me, like, I not disparaging Asian people at all, but it is so freaking disgusting to sit and watch people the way a lot of people eat. And people sit there and talk with a mouthful of food, and it's freaking disgusting. And they'll sit there and smack and I no, I will not make you guys watch me eat. It's just no. I don't get the thing. I don't get it. Like why millions of people love to watch that shit. It's horrible. It is definitely horrible. But I will bring you guys your paper towel. Guess I can take my laptop too. All right, Lex. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it. So while we're moving along, here we go. I got some artwork from Don a couple years ago. He made a whole little book, color, freaking awesome. He's my little artist. So that is a magnet my brother and sister-in-law brought back from, I think, Korea or Japan. They went, and then we got a note from Don when he first learned to write. Says, "I love you, Daddy. You're the best ever. I love you." I got a magnet from Danny Days Ahead. I don't have any other magnets from people. I got plenty of stickers. Doop, doop, doop. Shrink down the tripod. So there we go. We got the front yard. Did you guys see that? Got lots of snow. Got a big old front yard. So if you ever see anything with me when I'm talking about raking leaves and pine needles, I've got all these big pine trees out there. All these trees. I have a lot to rake up. So let's see. So see where I can post this where you guys aren't actually watching me eat, but I don't want you having to watch me eat, but I can still be here with you guys. Like this, you can just watch out the window. Got 12 people here hanging out. 13. You think you need to get magnets and send me one? Well, that'd be great. Son of a bitch, I forgot my napkin. Oh, and everybody, when you cook, remember, turn your burners or your oven off. There for a minute, I forgot to turn my burner off. And it was still going. Dominic is a big artist. I like to see that. Especially since I watched you have trouble putting together a damn Temu cart the other night. Yeah, Ashley, I want more snow too. Retired Rick, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for popping in, sir. If you missed it, got a yummy skillet breakfast and some coffee. So not gonna force you guys to watch me eat, but you can hang out. You won't even have to hear me eat. You didn't have trouble? No, I saw you having trouble. You didn't even know what a socket was called. I mean, you knew the size, but you didn't know what you were using. Rick, how you doing, buddy? I missed your live the other night. I'll pop in this Wednesday. I know Rick's big on cooking. He's always posting stuff on his food that he's making. Yeah. Well, Dom, if you drew those, I could I could see you drawing that too. But you know, I got my son named Dom. Me too, Rick. Mike Irvin, what's up, bud? Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. I've only seen you in like Ernie's lives. I pop in there, but nobody's ever talking. There's never anything going on. So I don't often say much. because nobody's ever talking. But yeah, I'm glad for everybody that came in. This is my first live in over 2 years, a little over 2 years. I've been saying for a while I was going to get back after it and doing it. Don't worry, Dom. I'll scroll back and I'll find exactly what you said. It took you like 10 minutes to say, "Oh yeah, you called the socket a ratchet." The tool you were using the socket on was a ratchet. You said, "I got a 17 millimeter ratchet." Damn guy. That's okay. I use ratchets, sockets, wrenches, punches, hammers, all that stuff pretty much every day at work. I wish I could take pictures and video at work, but it is actually a federal crime for me to do that. My hot chocolate coffee is yummy. I got stranded on an island with Wilson. Alicia, that was an awesome live. I'm sorry I passed out towards the end. I even missed my own dad winning a prize. But it sucks I didn't win anything, but at the same time, I donated my money to Mama, regardless of prizes. Mama means the world. She's awesome. And she did so much for Dominic out of the kindness of her heart. Made some awesome gifts for him. So any way I can help, I'll be there to do it. I love you too, Mama Netta. You're an incredible woman, and hopefully one day I'll get out to the east and meet you. Get to give you a big old hug when you make it through all this. Yeah, Lisa, you missed a lot of chat. But I will say, and I said it in the chat, that Jason, your co-host, I think you honestly couldn't have picked a better co-host for that live because he was vibrant, he was full of questions, and he had some humor. He was able to just keep everything rolling, throw everything out there. There was no boring time in here. He did a great job. He could have taken a little extra time to try reading names in the chat, but otherwise he did a great job. Maybe I'll have to hit him. Have to get to know him, and hit him up for co-hosting a live sometime. I don't know for what. But, So I am 13 away from 1,000 subscribers. It has taken years to get there. Of course, how many years have I not really even done anything with my channel? How many years have I not pushed or done anything? I was up at 30 something hundred watch hours 3 years ago. And then with me doing nothing with the channel, it dropped down to basically nothing. Like I had, as of the other day, I think I had 42 watch hours, and that's basically all just from shorts, excuse me, and just little, excuse me again, videos that I posted. So, I mean, I'll get back there. I'll get back to doing lives and doing all that stuff. I'm gonna get a new phone before long. learn to edit using software on it, and then my laptop. I think I need to wipe it clean, reload Windows on it, and then just start with the minimum way I can put editing software on it. But eventually, regardless of watch hours or monetization or anything, now it's going to take a little bit, but I do plan on doing a giveaway of some artwork, some things after I hit 1K. Now I might end up hitting 1,100, 1,200, maybe, I don't know, before I ever get to that point to where I'm able to, because making my stuff is going to take some time, and especially with the weather not being very good. And I got a friend's trailer that he's paying me to do some work on. And when was it? Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Wednesday, were the only days in almost 2 weeks that I had that trailer that I was able to work, because everything is being done outdoors, and it was windy, like super windy and cold. And then all of a sudden we had those days, and I was just like, okay, yeah, it was Wednesday and Thursday, because I skipped our after work Thursday drinks, so I could go over to my dad's and work on the trailer. And I got one good sized part of the work that I'm doing done. I originally did some work on it, and I made some steps for him, and then it's a trailer for the side by side. And he's like, "Well, what I told you originally was that's not how it works. I mean, the step works, but yeah, step on the step, then step on the top rail, and walk to the door to the side by side." And so he wanted an additional step added. So I got the step done. I still have some other stuff to do, but still have a little more work to do on it. He's totally getting undercharged, but he's going to keep coming back to me for work, and it's going to keep money coming, side money coming in that will be useful. So, I appreciate it. It's getting me back into doing the metalworking and building that step. Everything came together perfectly. Came together so smooth, and it's been so long since I've had a project come together that smooth and easy for me, where I wasn't getting pissed off and all that other stuff. Everything just fell into place. Put in some hours on it, but it came out looking great. I got some pictures I took. I'll go ahead and post on my community tab. And for those of you who don't post or who don't look at people's community tabs, go check out my community tab. I've been posting things on there for a while now. Pictures of Dawn, pictures of things, various things. Some video links, stuff like that. So yeah, go check out community tabs and do that for all the people that you're into and everything. Go check out their subscriber or their community tabs. See what they're posting. So now that I am done eating, I can come in view. And of course, the phone is leaning. But yeah, I noticed a lot of the stuff that I post on my community tab, it doesn't seem like very many people are engaging with it. Wow, 98,000 subscribers, that's awesome. Well, Leanne, I appreciate it. That's awesome. I love when anybody's going to support me as much as they can, any way they could. Leanne's somebody she's seen my community posts and everything. She's good about commenting, and some people, Miss Alicia, has not, probably not watched or commented on anything on my channel in a couple of years. So you suck. But yeah, well, there's a lot of people that don't, so that's all right. Hey, anybody like the shirt? It says, I smile because I have no idea what's going on. No, no, chat's all the way down. Oh, hell, I guess I didn't need to pull a shirt up. You can read it right there like that. Yep. But yeah, that's often me. I smile because I often have no idea what the hell is going on. Conversations happen without me being part of it. So I'm just like, or people don't know how to talk at a volume where people can hear you. So, well, Alicia, I don't know what's going on that because yep, if you commented on people's channels, they would show up. You have your secondary channel, you could do that too. Oh, I'm not amazing. I'm just me. I try to be the best person I can be. I have a lot of flaws, a lot of faults, a lot of problems, a lot of problems going on in my own head, everything else. But I try my best to be the best person I can be. Not always that great, but you don't know the password of that old channel. Well, if anybody might want to come up on panel, I can try to post the link and have a guest or anybody that might want to come up with. So I got out today for the first time. I didn't leave the house at all yesterday. Where I live on a main road, but it's Oklahoma City. So Oklahoma City has snow plowed the road. Big old berm at the end of the driveway. Which luckily I got a four-wheel drive truck, so I was able to drive over it. But you go up the road, nope, county or city, they haven't touched it. So, but this stretch of road here is pretty well cleared and drying from the sun. It's nice that the temperatures have gone down where the snow's actually sitting because we're so used to having a snow and it being melted the next day. And we have it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's still going. I mean, it's still hanging in there, not melted, which is great. But we didn't have the moisture snow. We had more of a powder snow. Not very good for snowmen and stuff like that. I would have had Dom this weekend, but I told his mom that it's his choice what he wants to do because he only has the boys across the street to play with. We've got other friends, but I try to get a hold of them, and they always have plans. They're always busy, this and that. There's always a reason nobody can ever play with Dom or Dom can't play with them. So I told his mom, I said, we're probably just going to be laying around the house, hanging around, because it's going to be so cold because we had a high of like, I think 7 degrees the other day, something like that. But
Yeah, he could have gotten out and ridden his four-wheeler, or at least tried. It's only a two-wheel drive four-wheeler. And with the snow he had, it might not have made it too much, but he could have at least tried. But anyways, uh, he has friends in his mom's neighborhood that are close and easy for him to get with and play with. So, I figured maybe it might be better for him to just stay with her during this time because all we were going to do is hang out. Um, it wasn't the best time to be able to get out and try to go anywhere and do anything. He's been wanting to go to the trampoline park, and the one that I take him to, they were actually closed this whole weekend. So that wouldn't have worked out too. So, he had fun. His mom took him sledding. She's got a new boyfriend. Dom likes him. He treats him well. Um, you know, I haven't met him yet, but it is what it is. She's rid of the last loser, which is good. Um, but I'll meet this guy. Situation was totally different. I'm not gonna hold a grudge or be bothered by this guy. I'll give him a chance. Um, so that's all I know about that one. That's all I got to say on that. But I know Dom had a good weekend. Really like to have some snow here because he really, really wants to ride his four-wheeler in the snow. But it hasn't gotten to happen yet. That's all right. Mm, yeah, I don't know anything about that, Alicia. Okay, Ashley. You can let the dogs out, clean and cook. And Alicia, I've always known you to be Alicia, and you say your name's Alicia, and everybody else says your name's Alicia. But then you got Mike's Fishing Home and other people that call you Alicia. And then I finally heard your mom say your name. Your mom calls you Alicia. Somebody needs to get this right. I'm gonna say it's Alicia. And it's Alicia. Might be that Kentucky part of her though. Well, thank you, Alicia. Yeah, I'm doing good at work. I just hit my 3-year market tinker on January 3rd. I've been there 3 years now. Uh, had a couple. Now they're your standard promotions that you get over time, but they're kind of performance based too, um, meaning you can get them a little bit quicker on your levels. You can get your levels a little bit quicker. Now I'm not a GS, which GS jobs are very performance based, and you can kind of do fast track increases. But as far as being a WG, I can get kind of quicker level raises, but then when it comes to steps, you have to wait your period of time. So I'm about to get my step 3 on the level that I'm at right now, and I still have so when you get to a new level, you wait 6 months to get your step 1 to step 2, and then you got to wait another 18 months to go from step 2 to step 3. So I'm almost there at the 18 months on to get my step 3, which would be good. So your dad calls you Alicia, and your mom calls you Alicia. Tell your mom it's Alicia. So, but work's going pretty good. Things have been slow for a period of time. We kind of go back and forth. We're not able to get parts. I run the hot section assembly bay on the engines that I build. Been doing that for now a year and a half. Um, Working on trying to get training on other parts of the engine so I can get more certifications and stuff. But that'll come in time. There's only two other people certified in my bay, and one of them they have him spend more time in other bays. And then the other guy, he's been there a long time. He's fully certified on the whole engine. He's been there for almost 30 years now. Eventually, I'm going to get my chance to move around the shop. and start learning different things. And who knows, maybe I'll find another job on base that might be a little bit different that I'll like. We'll see. Maybe get off the floor, quit being a mechanic. But I enjoy what I do. I'm good at it. I think my boss and work lead seem to think so. You've always been the way I say it, just because Daddy's girl growing up. You're named after an Ellie and Felicia. Hi, Felicia. You should know it's Alicia. When did Mike's Fishing Home come in here? We haven't seen him in quite a while. He's done some lives over the past. He kind of disappeared so much. It seems like not a lot of people kind of came back around him. No, I love Mike. He's a great guy. Been good for a lot of people. Help push supporters and everything else. I know he kind of gets raw end of the deal on some things. Some things kind of self-induced, but for the most part, Mike's a great guy. Brenda Redbird, there's Brenda. What's up, Brenda? 351. What's up, buddy? Hey, we got 14 people in here now. How you doing, Brenda? And 351. 351. I don't even know your real name. I only know you as 351. So, what the hell's your name, buddy? But I appreciate you coming in. Usually, you're one of the first ones coming in my lives. You have this conversation all the time because everyone gets confused. So, for one thing, I've never asked, can everybody hear me okay? And it seems like everybody can because people have been responding to what I've had to say. Oh, TJ. Okay, cool. TJ. Remember that. TJ, that stands for total
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yep, wasn't paying attention to the battery on the phone and it died. Old phones, they die quick. Yeah, I noticed it went sideways and I was like, what the hell? I looked at my phone and it was black. It was dead. So if anybody didn't know, Miss Brenda, Freedom Redbird, she had a pretty bad incident happen where her everything burnt down. So I feel bad for her. That's horrible. Hopefully she can get all that taken care of. Hopefully she didn't lose everything. Rebel at Heart, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We're still sticking at 13 people. And for some reason, nobody told me you weren't looking at my face. Oh, wait. Could have happened when I moved the phone. So Rebel at Heart is Kelly. Okay, nice to meet you officially by name. Yeah, Brenda, that's going to be tough, especially since you said you didn't have insurance. That's going to be a tough one. So I know we got some music lovers in here. So look at my hat right here. It's a Blackstone Cherry. They're a Southern rock band from Kentucky. You got to check them out. They do some awesome music. They've done some covers, a couple covers of was it Tracy Chapman? Did a couple covers of her songs, but they've got a lot of their own original music. They're freaking awesome. About this, last time I saw them at the fair, they played a free concert back in September, and they freaking rocked the house. It was awesome. They played. The opening band was Kentucky Headhunters, and they played really good. They played a really good set too. They're pretty awesome. Alvin Lewis, what's up? We got the Lizard King in here. Yeah, you'll send the ladies from the truck stop over for breakfast. All right. Make sure they get here early. I got to work tomorrow. Oh, I got this hat, but I'll show off a different hat that I recently got. I recently got this hat. Reef Robber. I won it in Earl's Live a couple weeks ago. So I got that and a hoodie. So I drug you in the chat. Seago, what's going on, man? Time to get down to Dumas Walker. Where the hell is Dumas Walker? Is that an area? Or is that a person? Seago, he's another Oklahoma fisherman. He does a lot of bass fishing, I believe, and other species of fish. Maybe sometime I go fishing with him and learn some stuff because I haven't done bass fishing in a long time. And what are you doing? I've never been the biggest bass fisherman. I enjoy it when I do it, but if I'm fishing from the bank, I've never really had much luck.
Uh, oh, okay. So Seago knows Kentucky Headhunters. That's awesome. They're a good band. I enjoyed watching them. Their singer, he's an old timer. Do Miss Walker. There goes Alicia. Her mind's always in the gutter. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Maggie's in one of the other chairs trying to play with me. She can come up here. There's no food on the table now, so she's never allowed on the table or the counter when there's food on the counter. But well, yeah, Alicia, you are from Kentucky, so you should know who they are, especially since you listen to rock music too. You get it? Here, Maggie. Come here, stink pot. Here soon, I'm going to record a video of her because she likes to get out where she's torn up the pads on all my chairs that were in perfect condition when I moved into this house. Now every last one of them is torn up. I'm going to have to get them recovered. And then, of course, I need a new couch and love seat. They have covers on them now, but yeah, her claws still go through and scratch them up. Damn cat, that's part of it. But I'm not going to get her declawed. But yeah, she loves to jump up on top of the fridge and play with me. That's like the only place she'll get and be playful where she's not like actually attacking me. Like sometimes she nips and claws a little bit hard, but normally it's real playful. She'll run around up there and have fun. Come here, baby. Yeah, where you at? I don't know where she's at. All right. Chat got quiet. 3:30. Still got 13 people in here. That's awesome. I almost didn't expect to have that many people. I thought maybe I'd have like 5 or 6. But I'm happy for everybody that came and hung out. It's awesome. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere yet. I don't have anything to do. Got to wash a little laundry, clean the kitchen back up. Did I get the ice? I went out and did some shoveling earlier and had probably 3/4 of an inch ice underneath all the snow. So I guess we did get some sleep and ice, probably while I was sleeping Friday night or something. But after that, it was nothing but snow. But we got a lot of it. Now, I went to my dad's, when was it? Saturday night. Went over there. He made stew and invited me over. So I went over there and hung out and had dinner. I didn't show up until about 8:15. And what are you doing? It wasn't snowing. It didn't start snowing until sometime, 9 o'clock hour, maybe after 9. But it might have been around 10. Between 9:30 and 10, I'd say it started snowing. But I got there and, of course, I drove over there and windshield was clear. Yeah. When I left, I had to get the broom because I had 3 to 4 inches of snow on the windshield. So we got a lot of snow just in a matter of like 2 hours. You got stuck in your driveway after picking up your wife from work. At least you made it to your driveway before you got stuck. You went and got your wife. Sam Gloves, that's a new one. Not familiar with that one. Okay, Sam likes gloves. Okay. His channel's about gloves. I have some gloves. I got work gloves. I got winter gloves. I got insulated waterproof gloves. I got welding gloves. Gloves are always a good thing. I wear rubber gloves every day at work. Yep. I pretty much have all those, Sam. I wear rubber gloves every day. So Sam here might be a troll, but we'll see. I got a few mods in here that can take care of them if need be. But we'll give them a chance. Yep. I wear nitrile gloves at work. Very good against chemicals. You actually wear them. And oh, you know Sam? Okay. So Sam's not trouble. All right, cool. All right, cool. I'll have to check them out. Gloves are always a good thing to have. But the nitrile gloves I wear at work, they're even good against the acetone, which I use acetone for cleaning metal parts and cleaning other things. Sometimes cleaning out gas tanks on lawnmowers, weed eaters, dirt bikes, stuff like that. So, you know, acetone is very harsh chemical, and having a glove that'll hold up to it's really good. And especially on disposable gloves, for the nitrile gloves to hold up to acetone, that's a good thing. Now, eventually it's going to wear through and it's going to deteriorate them, but you know, they hold up pretty good for a period of time. Which most of the time I just use alcohol or other cleaning materials, but sometimes at work I do have to use acetone. But then when I'm here at home, acetone works quite a bit. So on my laptop, my video is looking very blurry. Is it looking blurry on y'all's end? Hey Ernie, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, brother? Yeah, Seago, you need to get some. Yeah, hopefully you just didn't buy cheap old Harbor Freight. Maggie, that's a big ass window in the dining room, and she decided to jump up into it and mess up the blinds a little bit. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the light. I don't know. I'll close the blind and see if that changes. Yeah, Harbor Freight gloves. Yeah, are they the? Did you just get the thin old blue ones? Now I think the gloves I wear at work, I think they're 6 mil. They're nitrile. They're not they're not just rubber or anything. But yeah, definitely look at like getting nitrile gloves, especially for messing with, you know, grease and oil and all that stuff. They work great. Um, wipe it off, wipe them off with dry rags, and you can use alcohol or something to clean them off. But hell, I'll wear the hell out of my gloves, and you know, I do a lot of safety wiring at work. As long as I don't poke the gloves with a wire, they're good. They won't rip or tear. Now, as long as if I ended up getting the tip of the wire in and poke a hole, rip them, whatever, they'll come apart. But they're really good gloves. Less than $5 a box. Yeah, they're probably very low quality. They're probably like 3 mil or something, very thin. But I look for something like 6 mil or something. You do gloves, you like to stay and watch the live stream if people wears disposable gloves, plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves on both hands. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go grab any gloves for you to sit and watch me wear, but you know, actually, hold on. Well, they're my winter gloves. Loving the beard look. Well, thank you, Brenda. It's not the long beard that I had last year. What's up, Ted? Thanks for coming in, buddy. What are we talking about today? Well, Ted started out, I cooked breakfast, cooked me a good old skillet breakfast. And since then, I've just been, you know, I ate and I've just been catching up on everything since I haven't been live in basically in over 2 years. So I've just been catching up on, you know, my life and everything else. So we're just BSing. You know, speaking of Ted, Ted's a big time deer hunter. I know he's gotten some deer or a deer this year. I know he's still working on others, but I think he's done pretty good. My hunt this year did not go very well. The land that I hunt, my uncle's in-laws, and the front, it's like 120 plus acres. The front half is all, it's all, well, it used to be alfalfa field and they switched over to winter wheat this year. And when they plowed the field and planted, they went all the way up to the fence line and the edge of the creek and everything. So we had super, super soft land. We had nothing that was packed other than the trail. And even the trail, once it gets wet, which we ended up with, I think like 3 to 5 inches of rain overnight on that Saturday or Sunday night. And I think it was Sunday night. We had like 3 to 5 inches of rain coming, and we've never had a rainy hunt. But it came in, and there was no way to get out. We could not walk out. So we got all the field on the front half, and then you got to drive along the edge of the field to get to the entrance of the woods, which are on the other side of the creek. And there's still another, 160 plus acres of woods over there. But after that rain, I mean, we could not. My dad had his gator, my uncle had his golf cart. We could not get anywhere. We couldn't leave camp. And if you just walked out of camp, you were stuck. So even if we saw a deer in the middle of the field, there's no way in hell we could have gotten out there and gotten it. I mean, it would have been hell. It would not have been fun at all. So, but we didn't see anything after that time. And then Tuesday morning, just before we packed up camp, ended up seeing, I was sitting there, I think I was peeing over at the edge of the creek, and I looked down and there was a buck and a doe down there. Of course, I didn't have my rifle on me. And then about 10 minutes afterwards, my dad and my uncle saw a buck, 100, 150 yards away, and it went off into the tree line. But 2 uncles ended up getting deer, I think on Saturday and Sunday morning. So there were a couple deer taken out of there, but that rain, it really screwed us this year. It was not fun. Yeah, you guys don't be afraid to share links and everything. A lot of you guys are mods in here. Now, I'm not going to do like a lot of channels where they pretty much make everybody a mod. The way it is right now with the whole @handle and everything, that makes it super easy to be able to search for people, because that's, you type in that whole name that you see in the chat and you can search for them. So I don't really feel like everybody should have that ability to time people out or do whatever. Because I have been in some channels that there are people who don't understand. They jump the gun, and anytime something joking or just a little off kilter, they're timing them out or hiding them, blocking them from the channel. So there are some trigger happy people. So I'm not just going to make everybody a mod, especially like I said with the @handles where you can search the names. Makes it super easy to find people. So don't get offended if you're not a mod. All my mods in here are people who have been around my channel for a long time, been good friends. So don't be offended by that. Has nothing to do with you. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? I was happened to see, I was in a live the other day. I saw old Dave Rustic Outdoors showing off a hat that you seen him. Looked pretty good. The hat that I won from you a couple years ago. I gave that purple and black one that I had you make that I won. Gave that one to the girlfriend at the time. So no Rebecca hat for me anymore. But hey, I'm glad to see you in here. Always good to see you. I've met Rebecca. I met Brenda. Yeah, I met Rebecca at the Tin Killer meetup. I think twice. I know once. The Lake Tin Killer meetup that they have, the homesteaders and a lot of the people that they have every year. That was a good time. Rebecca's a really nice person. She's awesome. She makes her crocheted hats and other things. So she's really good at what she does. And If you ever end up with a hat of hers, it is definitely thick and heavy, and it'll keep your head warm. So yeah, check her out. You may be able to purchase a hat from her or have her make you one. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab me a bottle of water real quick. Mouth's kind of getting dry. Coffee's gone. What are you doing, baby? You come say hi. All right. So Maggie was perched up on the fridge. So I grabbed her up, brought her to come hang out. And say hi to everybody. Meow. She's like, I'm not wanting to do what I don't want to do. But this is my baby, this is Maggie. Meow. She's getting upset. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's a sweetheart. She loves to snuggle. As soon as I come in from work and I sit down on the couch, she's either on my, depending on if I lay on my back or on my side, she's either behind my legs. She's either, okay, bye. She's either behind my legs or on my chest. But she loves to snuggle. Your video of me spanking your melon's done great. Oh yeah, I had a fun time spanking that melon when I picked it out for Josh, or from Josh. I haven't seen Josh around in a while. Is Josh still around? Hopefully they got things straightened up after the storm, that bad storm they had. Hopefully things are going good for him. I need to text him. I never hear from him. Like I said earlier, I don't hear from anybody. So unless I try to get a hold of them first. But it is what it is, as they say, right? All right, Ernie. Yeah, Ernie, I saw Ernie saying he acquired a new PC somebody sent him. So that's awesome. Hopefully that'll keep you going. That'll keep everything going good. I don't know why my live is getting blurry. Could be the old phone. I don't know. Well, Ernie, hopefully you're able to get that thing set up. Rebecca's got a bad cough. That's not good. May need to suck on some cough drops. Ernie, I don't have your number. I sent you my email and my number. Pretty sure I sent you my number. You can always text me. I can get a hold of you. I know you're a talking guy from time to time, I hear. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I sent you my number in the email I sent you. You never responded with your phone number or anything, so you can do that. Be nice to talk to you guys sometime. O'clock. Something coming on the TV. I'm not sure what it is. Hancock was on earlier. Now something else. I don't know what it is. Eventually, I need to go get some paint. I want to paint the brick around the fireplace. That wall. It's still a red brick, but I want to give it I want to paint it all black. Get rid of that red brick. Kind of change it up a little bit. Brenda got up with an eye infection. Good Lord. We got people with eye infections and coughs. Ashley finally had a cup of coffee. Okay, yeah, Rebecca, yeah. No, we met in 23 and 24. I wasn't there in 25. 24 was when I was there with my ex when she won the cornhole boards. But 25, no, I didn't get out and go anywhere in 25. '25, I was not up to going anywhere. So yeah, I thought you were there the first year that I went to. But yeah, I went to two of the meetups. Yeah, last year was a rough year for multiple reasons, but things have gotten better over the year. So one thing that's nice when you do a live stream, you get to see some of the people that you weren't really sure if they're subscribed to you or not, but you get to see that they come into your live and apparently they are subscribed to you. So that's pretty cool. Um, okay, maybe no, maybe you didn't come in 24. I think I won your hat. Yeah, I won your hat in a giveaway. It wasn't okay. Then maybe I just met you in 23 because I know I went 2 years and I know I met you at least one of those years. Yeah, I won your hat in a giveaway. So I guess I didn't meet you in 24 again. I met a lot of good people there though. A lot of really nice people. Now, I will say if you used to see me in some lives and now you don't, part of that is because some lives have decided they wanted to change how they are or add to their stuff, and a lot of them have become political, putting their political views and making their live streams political and stuff. So you're not going to see me in those. I don't care about your politics. I don't want to hear about them. I have my views, you have your views. Anymore, unless you're on the same side, you can't have a good conversation and keep things civil. So I don't want to hear about your views. I don't care. If you're a decent person, you're a decent person. I like to think I'm a decent person. So we'll keep all that crap out of it. So yeah, Brenda, that was my ex that I moved into this house with. But yeah, some of those there's some live streams that you won't see me go into anymore because there's always a lot of ignorant comments made, a lot of BS that I just want no part of. I don't want to hear it. A lot of opinion, a lot of just junk. So I won't go in there anymore. Yes, Leanne, you're a decent person, but you don't do live streams. Rebecca, I figured you meant your car. I mean, if you got a cat, I'm pretty sure your cat's going to be running, unless it's just sick. But you know, I don't want to get into all that stuff. I want to keep good, drama free, negativity away. Some of you people, some of you guys have been with me since the start, and I started out pretty strong about, you know, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to be on my lives. I'm going to talk how I want. I'm going to be how I want. I'm going to do this. But I came to the, I came to the realization that not everybody's into that. You end up with some channels where everybody's drinking, getting drunk, having fun, whatever. That's one thing. But I've got a young son, and he does come up. He does pull up my channel or our. We'll say it's our channel. Um, he'll pull it up on the TV and he'll watch stuff, and he likes to watch it. He likes to watch me and himself and other people. Um, so I changed, and yes, I'm still going to cuss from time to time. I might still have a beer here and there and stuff like that, but the whole carefree attitude of this is my channel, I've got you know the right to talk how I want and yada yada. That changed because my son watches it, and I don't want to be that just POS that just acts like a fool. I wanted everybody to be welcome, feel welcome, and have a good time. And yeah, Brenda, it causes drama. I don't want drama. I want to enjoy my time. I want to enjoy my time with the people that are in chat that come to watch me and enjoy the live and the content that I post. Uh, right now, Brenda, no. I have not done any artwork. I think you missed it earlier. I have been doing some fabrication, some welding on a friend's trailer. I kind of, the weather's really screwed that up, but um, I do have multiple pieces that I started in the past and I really need to finish up. This new welder I got from my house, I still need to, it's a TIG welder. I've never TIG welded. Now, when you TIG weld, you have to use both hands because you got a filler rod, you got the torch, and then my setup, you've got a foot pedal to control your amperage and stuff. That's just stuff that I've still got to learn. So I've watched a lot on YouTube. I know people that do TIG welding. They've helped me out with some instruction, some information. There's information I can read at work that also directs and kind of helps. So I'm going to get it set up and start learning to use it, and that's going to help me make a lot of stuff, and it's going to help me make it a lot cleaner, nicer. So I will get back to doing them, doing my artwork. Right now, like I said, it's just doing some fabrication stuff on my friend's trailer. Um, and as far as the last couple nights that I worked on it, that really got me back in the motivation of really wanting to get back after it. So once the weather kind of picks up and gets a little better, then really going to be getting back after it. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I'll have to figure out what kind of piece you want done, but after I still have to finish the pieces that I started. And then I got some other stuff. There's like 3 pieces, and I've already said that once I finish these pieces, the gift pieces are going to be very few and far between because I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time making pieces that I made in the past. I've given them as gifts. Not much appreciation has come out of them. You get a thanks right off the bat, and that's about it. So once I get these next few gift pieces done that have been promised, that stuff is only going to come whenever I feel like doing it. And which most everything that I've made is then because I wanted to do it anyway. And I did them. God, I don't know why my live is just getting so blurry. But you think when you make something as nice and you spend as much time making something like I've made, that if they're doing live streams from home where those pieces are, and maybe they would appreciate it and they'd put them in the background, show them off from time to time, something. Haven't seen that. So, you know, when you're making pieces of artwork that can go for anywhere from $400 or $500 all the way up to 1,000 or more, and you're giving that to somebody after you've already spent hundreds of dollars in materials. And people don't seem to understand that, you know, 50, 60 hours of labor time is a lot of time spent that could have been spent on something else. I don't know, Brenda. I'm on my phone, T-Mobile. I got full service, full bars, everything. It's great. This is the first time I've had a blurry live stream in forever. Seemed like everybody disappeared. Everybody got busy and not chatting. That's all right. I mean, hell, it's like working on my friend's trailer. You know, I've been undercutting myself because there's materials I have, and I'm like, oh yeah, I already got these materials, you know, and I'll just, you know, I'll tell them this much, and it'll turn out, you know, I'll think it's something that I could do in a couple hours, and it turns into 15 hours of labor time. And here I am only charging $200 to do this, but yet, you know, and if you go to any kind of welding shop, they're going to be charging you 50 to 60 bucks an hour at least. So figure up 10 hours of labor at 55 bucks an hour. That's over $500 just in labor. So yeah, it's I really got to learn to start charging, but it, like I said, I'm undercharging, but at the same time, he keeps bringing me work, things to do, and bringing some extra money to me. So that's all right. In the future, that'll be different. No, it's just it's a trailer to pull it side by side on. It's just a single axle trailer. No. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any kind of welding or anything on a trailer house or a RV. I mean, maybe in the future, it depends, but that kind of stuff is depends on what you're looking to get done. You know, if it has to do with frame or anything like that, I'm not going to be welding or touching any kind of travel trailer, RV, anything like that. Any kind of welding on the frame. Screw all that. But yeah, I have ideas for things I want to make, and I'll get to them eventually. Hopefully sooner than later. But got this welder right now. It's sitting in the house. Haven't taken it out to the shop yet, but it's staying nice and clean and in good shape, untouched. I'll figure it out here soon though. So as for fishing, I have not done any fishing in quite some time. I keep saying I'm going to get back out there and go fishing. I got so much going on with work and the house and everything else. Don really wants to start getting back out fishing, so I really need to get him out there and go. I need to get my rods and his rods, re-spool, new line on them, get everything cleaned up and in order. I got rid of that worthless roommate, so now I got my garage space back, so I can organize all my fishing stuff in the garage and have it ready to go whenever I'm ready. So yeah, it's just right now the weather has not been good. I don't feel like getting out in the cold, sitting out there like I did a few years ago, just freezing my ass off, trying to catch fish, especially when me and catching fish have not been the biggest things. I find them every now and then, but not that much. Now I did go fishing with Clayton the Fishing Nut back in November. We battled the wind, but we still caught fish. He sent me a video he edited, and I need to ask him if he's good with it, but I'll post it to my channel. But we had a good time. We camped out overnight, fished, made a good dinner. I took the camp chef stove and grill box and everything. Cooked us up a really good dinner. Woke up the next morning, and Clayton had fixed breakfast for us. I reeled in my lines that I left out overnight, and one of my rods had a catfish on it, so that's awesome. I think I ended up catching 3, and he caught 2, something like that. So, despite the bad wind, we did still catch some fish. Had a good time. Got to try to make more time to go fishing with Clayton. He's a great guy. I love hanging out with him, camping, fishing. Friend of yours made a cargo rack for the back of your RV. It's permanent, but he did great work. Wouldn't let me. Yeah, something like that, Brendan. Now, welding off of the back, where the back doesn't really support a whole lot. You don't have to worry about, your back behind the axle and everything else. Something like that would be great. Oh yeah, Ashley, he did stuff like everything he touched in this house, like all the cabinetry in the kitchen is painted white. Everything he touched is black because he come in from the garage, he wouldn't wash his hands. I mean, no matter how many times I bring it up to him, mention it, he just disrespected me, the house, my own personal property in here. He stole a lot from me. I kicked him out at the end of September. Or I told him at the beginning of September he had until the end of September to move out. He didn't show up on September 30th to get his stuff. And I texted him and I told him, I said, hey, you got until 8 o'clock tonight to get your stuff out. Otherwise, the police will be here to physically remove you. And then he texted and he said, well, I can't be there until tomorrow. I said, all right, perfect, good. So I went to Lowe's, I bought new locks, new knobs, changed all the locks in the house. Told him, all right, cool. All the locks are changed. You will only come whenever I tell you that I'm here. He didn't show up, but so that night I just took it upon myself, went into his room, and he had most of his stuff all packed up in bags in the closet and everything. Well, he decided, he wanted to go through all my stuff in the garage and in the house and take what he wanted. So I did the same. I went through all of his bags, every single bit of his belongings that were left in his bedroom. And I found a lot of stuff that he had bagged up that he was trying to steal from me. He came and picked up a bunch of his stuff. Didn't know he did not have any transportation of his own because he sold his motorcycle while he was still here. That's the only way he paid me for the last 2 months he was here. So yeah, he finally showed up and got the majority of his stuff, but he never came back for the rest. So I've got a big old toolbox full of all kinds of goodies and stuff that I cut the lock off. I mean, it's been over 3 months since he left here, so it is considered abandoned. It is now mine. He will not get anything back. Like, he left his nasty ass bed here. I don't know how the hell he slept in it. Like, I'm talking it nasty. I just put it out at the curb, out at the road for big trash day. But everything else I either disposed of or is being kept or sold to recoup money for damages and stuff that he caused here. And then when I cut the lock off of that toolbox, I found more stuff that he had stolen that he stuffed in there. So that's good. And I'm the kind of person who pretty much knows what's where whenever I got it there. So I knew exactly what was mine through all of his stuff. And he tried taking stuff that were gifts from my grandpa, who is now dead. A lot of sentimental stuff. So I got a lot of stuff back. I don't know how much that I didn't get back, but I got a lot of it back. So that's great. There was a stack of the vinyl flooring that put down in the house that he decided to take it upon himself to make an accent wall in the bedroom. And when I realized he had done it, because I didn't go in his room, I didn't check on him, any of that stuff. When I realized he had decided to make an accent wall with all that stuff, I called him out and he was like, well, it's my room. I do it now. So when I finally got him out of here, he had cut holes in the wall so he could hardwire some lights for some stupid piece of shit shelf that he built. He ran wiring down to the outlet. He thought he was some kind of electrician. He cut holes in the wall for a wall-mounted TV that he never asked if he could put this big stupid mount up on the wall, put a bunch of big ass holes in the wall. Everything, like the vinyl planks he put on the wall, he used, I think, Gorilla Glue or some kind of caulking. Well, when I peel it off, it has not only peeled the paint, it's peeled the texture and the paper off of the sheetrock. So that's money I've got to spend to fix that wall. And I've got to clean the carpet because he's nasty. He damaged some shelves that I let him use that were already in the room for my ex's son. He damaged that. So yeah, there's still stuff that I've got to do, clean up and fix from when he was here. And it's just, yeah, it's nope. That's why I'm toughing it out. I'm paying for everything myself. I'm not getting another roommate. Screw that. I'll live on as tight budget as need be to keep this place by myself. For me and Dawn, I can't believe I let a piece of shit like that in my house. He lived with my next door neighbors. They vouched for him. They said he was a good dude. You know, I hung out with him. He seemed cool. And then within the first month, I realized he needed to go. So yeah, thank God he's gone. I don't care. Apparently he was getting into drugs. Like, this guy is paranoid. He had 2 windows in his bedroom on a corner, and he had cameras facing out of each window. And yeah, no. And he had strange vehicles show up. He was always selling things, tools and stuff like that. But according to my neighbor, apparently his brother had warned them that his dealer drove a certain car, which was a certain car I'd seen here at the house a couple times. So yeah, I like letting this piece of shit in my house when I had my young son here. If I'd have known any of this about him beforehand, never would have happened. Like, I trusted this son of a bitch in my house with my son. And as far as I know, he never did anything. And Don would have done told me, but no, that piece of shit, he never made his foot, would have never stepped foot in this house. He's lucky I didn't know anything about that beforehand. So, yep, it was, he was giving me $750 a month, which was a big help. But no, I'll tough it out, hang on to that, or I'll spend that money on my own. $750 a month out of my pocket, but screw it. Otter Cat, what's up, buddy? Otter, we're gonna have to do that at separate times, not at the same time next to each other. All right, buddy? You're kind of weird. I don't need you looking at my wiener while I'm peeing in the snow. But thanks for the offer. I mean, yeah, you could come rent the room. I mean, you seem to be decent, I think. I don't know. You're a lot of fun in the live, so that's all I know. Yeah, and if you don't know what Otter's talking about, check out the post on my community post where I posted pictures of the house. He commented about yellow snow. And I said, yeah, I write my name in cursive in the snow. And he was like, oh, you can do that too. I haven't responded to that yet, but yeah. So that's where that comment comes from. Yeah, none of that, like on Grown Ups where all 3 dudes are standing on the boat facing the same direction, sitting there peeing. Nope, I'm good. None of that weird stuff. You're gonna have to go to like Alvin Lewis or somebody like that to do that weird stuff with. And yes, Alicia, I am very glad I kicked his ass to the curb. Ashley, no ma'am. Do I get stage fright? Well, no, but you know, if we're gonna pee at the same time, we're gonna pee facing other directions. I got 5 acres here, right? We got a lot of room where we can pee in different places. What I like about being out here, I can just step out back and I don't have to worry about anybody seeing me. My closest neighbor's like 200 yards away from me. Which one's got wiener cursive? Well, Ashley, I guess you'd have to be the judge of that. He probably scribbles like a damn doctor or like he's got the DTs. So I've got neat handwriting, so I can transfer that over to wiener writing. Wiener cursive, that's funny. Yeah, it's crazy how far behind my laptop is over over when it's actually going. You do calligraphy? Well, uh, I don't want to know if you can touch your tongue to the tip of that pin. That would be very weird. You know how they always touch their tongue to the tip of the pen when, you know, doing those calligraphy writings? No, I don't want to know if you can do that. You probably can't. But even if you can, that'd be freaking weird. Damn it. We're going back over. Yeah, I've been doing some welding on my friend's trailer with my dad's MIG, but excuse me, I have not touched the TIG yet. Hi, Jan. How are you doing? Dang, it's already almost 4:30. Probably going to have to end this here shortly. Try to get some stuff done around the house. Got to put things up, clean up the kitchen, do some laundry. Jan, hope you're doing well. You and the boss. Yeah, my laptop is about friggin', I don't know, it seems like it's like 10, 15 seconds behind the actual live. Am I going Amish? No, I'm not Earl. If you didn't see my video from last year, last May, it was a short I posted with me and Dom. That was, yes, Simply Jan. Yeah, that was when I had my beard at my longest, which was, hell, what, about 4 inches long past my chin. I decided not to grow a long beard this year. But I think with I start this 1:45. Yeah, shoot, it's already been almost 3 hours. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this. That way I can get some things done around the house. I do have to work tomorrow. The base was closed for day shift, but they opened up for swing shift. So I am gonna have to go to work tomorrow, which means I need clean work jeans, work clothes. So I got things I gotta do. But yep, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Thanks to everybody for coming in. I appreciate you hanging out with me. It's been a great live. Yeah, it feels good going live again and getting to chat and talk to everybody while I'm not having to sit there and type it all out. So, but thanks everybody for coming in. Love you guys, appreciate it. And I will be going live again sometime soon. Hopefully the video quality is better on the next one. I don't know why it keeps going back and forth, but hopefully the next one's better. Y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you. I'm sure I'll see you in a live this evening, tonight. If not, I'll see you sometime here soon too. All right, bye. It was great to be live, and yes, I will be safe. Everybody have a great day.